Vamos a pasar esta misión en modo detective.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Ok. Bien, en teoría todo va bien. Ese es el güey que me tengo que culiar, ¿no? Vamos a traerlo aquí con una moneda.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning.
¿Sí llamará la atención desde aquí?
Why he's here.
Sí.
Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Ok, aquí está. Que agarre la moneda. Ok. Tiramos otra. Ah, putazote, ¿no? Es mi moneda, bro. Vamos a dejar aquí. ¿Por qué te robas mi moneda, hermano?
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me.
Ay, es cierto que debo dejar la pistola,
I
güey.
know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary. And all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be
Van a
patted
cachar,
down
¿no?
before you see
Sí,
Madame
dime que sí,
Carlyle
sí.
inside. I could just cry.
Necesito dejar la pistola, güey. A ver. Lo dejamos aquí. Sospechosamente nos vamos de ahí. Échele, échele.
This'll just take a sec, sir. Thank you.
Ahí viene. Buenas tardes.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Ok. Camina muy lento.
To point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed.
¿Qué peón, amillo?
The door was
Todos
locked
alguna
from
vez
the
queremos
inside,
mamar
and
culo.
a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play.
¿Cómo lo hago?
and will not accept that he took his own life.
Cómete
I've prepared
unos
some information
unos
for
tacos
you.
de
So please do come and
de
see me
pescado.
when you finish your
Igualito, sabe igual.
investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room. To my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47.
Okay.
I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
La cámara para escanear el cadáver, claro que sí.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Ok. Whisky. Vamos a buscar acá. ¿Qué tiene, mi amor? Te noto serio. Estoy jugando. Tengo que pasar esto. Ya perdí una vez esto. Me descubrieron.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly
Y como
what you
estoy
would
enfermo,
expect
pues
from
estoy que me lleva
someone
la
suicidal.
chistorra. Ay.
Zachary's
Me persiguen los nefasos errores del pasado y sus absorbentes consecuencias.
suicide note. Also,
Su
a
caligrafía.
sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
¿Te dio el bicho? No, pues es que creo que es gripa nada más porque ya mejoré. O sea, mi mamá me dio
This could
medicina.
explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Mira, para los pervertidos que quieren verlo culiar.
I'm sure there's more to find in Zachary's room.
Más cosas por encontrar, pues ¿qué falta?
Just keep calm.
¿Qué falta? ¿Qué se me pasó? No se me pasó nada, o sea. Hola. Al Face. ¿Por qué quiere comprar botas si tiene otras aquí? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Por qué quiso comprar botas el zorro ese? ¿Falta analizar algo? ¿O ya tengo todas las pruebas? Güey? Por cierto, escuchan moscas, o sea. Pinche cuerpo lejano aquí, pobrecito, güey. Creo que ya es todo, güey. Ay, no es por aquí. Por acá. Lo que me gusta de esta misión es que tienes dos. La matas y te vas. O la haces de detective. ¿Dónde está el pinche mesero? Digo mayordomo. Aquí está.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
No,
Please come and see me when you have.
La hora de la muerte, pues dice que a las 10 de la noche. ¿Qué faltó? Analizar otra vez el cuerpo.
Please stay back.
¿Dónde era? Para acá, ¿verdad? No, para acá.
How are you?
¿Acá no hay nada? Oh, esta zona restringida, zona restringida. Ok, falta la hora de la muerte, wey. ¿Qué tengo que analizar de este güey? No. Falta analizar algo, pero ¿qué es? ¿La hora? No, ¿verdad? Típicas texturas. ¿Qué no he analizado, güey? Me encuentra el informe, dice. ¿Cuál informe? Pues el de aquí, ¿no? O tengo que buscar otro lugar, güey. Creo que tengo que buscar otro lugar. A ver qué encuentro por aquí.
Oh, stop pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation?
¡Ah!
That's what it is.
Esto no es mío. Aquí no tengo la llave. Ah, ligando en el trabajo. Vaya, vaya. ¿Quién lo diría? ¡Quítate! Uy, quítate. Te tomé foto con tu novia. Ok, vamos a bajar.
I think Patrick is giving you a really hard time. You deserve better than that, Lawrence.
Vamos a la sala. Creo que es para acá. Acá está. ¿Sí, no? ¿No tengo que hablar con ellos? No, todavía no tengo que hablar con ellos. Dice, encuentra el informe, pero ¿cuál informe, güey? ¿En el cuarto de ese señor?
Just keep calm.
Que no he agarrado, güey. Falta que agarre algo, güey. Aquí había agarrado el informe de aquí, ¿no? Sí, este. Si se encuentra el informe, supongo que tengo que ir a algún lugar en específico. Ah, esto.
A photocopy of the floor plan. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47.
Hello there,
Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm
Ahora
curious
sí.
about the information he's prepared for you.
¿Dónde estás, fucking mayordomo? Aquí estás. Hola, ¿cómo
Mr.
estás?
Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Ok.
This is very useful information, 47.
Esos son los sospechosos. Dice que no tiene coartada. En su oficina. ¿Cuál es la oficina de este güey? Estaba...
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis?
Just remembered I went
perhaps
for a
you
stroll
prefer
behind the
searching the manor for
greenhouse
clues
last night.
first?
Maybe that's where it is.
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay?
Mírala, mírala, que está dejando en el piso.
And the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of
Este vino a culiar
Creepy
nomás.
as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Señor Fernsby. Este güey es el que se fue a culiar a alguien.
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the graveyard. Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to go and look for it? Now?
A good idea. Yes.
El invernadero. Ok. Ahora vamos a la sala. Señor.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my...
Está mejor muerto que
Anything
es
else
ese
you'd
güey.
like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Ok. Este güey es el que fue a tomar con Edward. Edward, ¿dónde está Edward? Creo que estaba...
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Oye, esto es envenenar. No quiero envenenar, banda. No, aquí no es. Monedas. Ah, aquí está este güey, mira. Creo que ese sí es ese.
Hello.
Está ocupado, güey. Esos güeyes, qué pedo.
Can't you just relax for a minute?
And that
A ver,
solicitor
doña.
upstairs. Why do you think he's here?
I think solicitors are Mother's favorite kind of people. Can't remember ever having a family event without one tucked away in a room somewhere. Due diligence always trumped the family.
I think he's here to cut us from her will.
Don't be ridiculous. Imagine the scandal if the firstborn son didn't pick up the torch. That will never happen.
¿Ocupada? ¿Ya no estás
Emma
ocupada?
Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
Lo que dice que se van a sentar a tomar una copa. Ahí hay una
How
discrepancia.
do you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Va a ser esta vieja. ¿Quién falta? Falta la otra hermana, ¿no? Junta. Allá está. Señora, ¿puede dejar de tomar?
Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary.
Ok, Emma es la... esta, ¿eh? Sí, se
Did he
comporta raro.
act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Ok, ¿quién es Edward? Edward es el... este, ¿no? Sí. Este es el más chillón. Soy yo, soy Edward. Ok. Esta vieja dice que estuvo en una conferencia durante 3 horas. A eso de las 9:30 creo que dijo. La otra morra dijo que le dolía la cabeza, así que se fue a su cuarto. Y este güey dice que se fue a tomar con Edward. Necesito hablar con Edward. No te vayas a ocupar, por favor.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I haven't...
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning, or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy. And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards.
Tranquilo, men. No te desquites conmigo, ¿ok? La coartada de este güey ya se confirmó. Ahora falta la coartada de esta vieja, Rebeca. Tengo que ir al cuarto de Rebeca. Y tengo que ir a la oficina de este pendejo del mayordomo. Ok, en teoría... ¿Qué hay aquí? Ok, eso será de los empleados. Este es con este güey de Edward.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it.
Patrick es el que quería culiar, ¿verdad?
To your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
O sea, la coartada de este Patrick ya está confirmada. Este güey se fue a culiar con la otra, con esta vieja.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
Sí, o sea, la coartada de este güey está confirmada. O sea, sí se fue a culiar.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma.
Emma, ¿quién es Emma? La señora, ¿no? No, es Emma.
Sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
¡Cállese a la verga, señora!
He just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot.
Excuse me, but it really freaks me out when people stand too close to me.
How are things coming along inside?
Ok. Ah, mira, está la oficina. Pero no tengo nada de esto. Puedo intentar abrirla con una palanqueta, pero necesito primero buscar la palanqueta. Estos pendejos van a tener seguramente. Ahí está. Y ahora me regreso tranquilamente. Nada más que no me vean subir, porque si no... Valgo madre. Ir un coco. Ah, no es una pelota de tenis. Uy, están disparando. Ok. Bien. Antes de tocar algo, vamos a revisar aquí. Que esto ya está aquí. Que no hay nada. Dice... una lista escrita por el señor Fernsby. Detalla diversos preparativos para el falso funeral de mañana. Indica también que hoy habrá una sesión de fotos junto a la fuente del jardín. La letra no coincide con la carta del suicidio.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47. The handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Ok, este pendejo no escribió la carta de suicidio. Digo, Ay, la carta de suicidio no la escribió pues el señor, ese güey, el que se murió. O sea, no se suicidó. Falta una coartada, ¿no? Bueno, dos. ¿Cómo subo de nuevo? Por aquí se sube, ¿verdad? Sí.
This whole
Era por aquí. Pero ya entró al cuarto de la habitación de ese señor. Así que vamos a buscar la última cuarta. La de Emma, creo es.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Emma y Gregory. Aquí está. Con esa llave abro todo. ¡Aguanta! ¿Esa vieja no es la que estaba allá abajo? Esta no es la vieja que estaba culeando con... Güey, es una zorra entonces. Le voy a decir que lo engañas, bro. Esto no. Cámara. Cámara. No me agüito. Ah, mira.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
No, testigo de asesinato. Vaya, vaya. Foto para el Face. Zapatos subidos encontrados en la habitación de Emma y Gregory. Con lodo. ¿No?
A keychain pendant for the greenhouse.
Invernadero.
What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Oh, Gregory y Emma fueron los que lo mataron, tal vez. A ver, invernadero. Me voy a llevar el periódico por si acaso.
Yeah, same.
How's everything coming along, Elaine?
Very well, Mr. Fernsby.
Make sure you focus on your work.
I will.
I don't need one more.
¿Cómo llego al invernadero? Vamos a salir por aquí. Ay, perdón. Ese no es el invernadero, ¿verdad? No. Ahí está el invernadero. ¿Puedo pasar por aquí? No, creo que sí. Hoy tengo que entrar. ¿Pero cómo entro? Necesito las llaves. ¿Pero cómo entro?
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things have been handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said to let him stay here, but Ethel was sure.
Tiene que haber alguna manera de entrar, ¿no? Pero es que si uso la palanca, me van a cagar el palo. Y que tengo que buscar una llave, ¿no? Dice llave. ¿Está solo aquí? Está solo. Espérame, antes de hacer eso, vamos a guardar el punto aquí. No mames. Ok, qué bueno que lo guardé. Solamente tengo una guardada. En teoría, estos son los únicos que me ven.
Wow.
Wow, what? There is a fine for littering, you know. A bunch of old junk. Be 100 years old.
Yo creo que mejor busco las llaves. Vamos a ver si las tiraron por aquí. Ay, güey, me espantó. Hola, hermano. Ah, no, ahí están las llaves, mira. No mames.
Come on, Oliver. I understand why you're so upset. It's such a shock to all of us.
Yo siento que tengo que abrir ahí. Pero tengo que distraer a los de allá. Ah, pero este güey está aquí, güey. Así tengo que hacer, güey. Ahorita que se mueva este. Creo que puedo. Ahí. Así. Abro. Listo.
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though.
Flor venenosa. Llave inglesa no disponible. Necesito una llave inglesa. Tienen llaves plantas venenosas. Güey, neta. Güey, ¿no te das cuenta que estoy aquí? ¿Son las llaves del invernadero? Llave del barco. Que no eran del invernadero, güey. Eran del barco. Esto es una... No, necesito una llave inglesa. ¿Qué es esto? Madera flotante, güey. O sea que lo puedo aventar, a ver. ¿No flotó? Necesito buscar una llave inglesa, güey. Supongo que esos de mantenimiento van a tener una por aquí, güey. Aquí está. Curioso que esté ahí, ¿no? Ok, por aquí no hay nada. Destornillador por si acaso, ¿no? Ahí es donde va a ser la sesión de fotos. Pero no sirve. Aquí vamos a arreglarlo. Crear veneno. ¿Pero me puede ver? Me encuentro el informe. ¿Informe de qué, güey? Falta algo. ¿Pero qué falta? O sea, sabemos que ahí se hizo el veneno. Otra pelota de tenis. Romper. Cuerno de unicornio. Ladrillo, por si acaso. Ok, este güey ya lo interrogamos. ¿Cuáles coartadas ya tenemos confirmadas, güey? Tenemos... Ok, falta esta vieja. Tenemos que ir a su cuarto, güey. ¿Cuál era su cuarto? Está en el segundo piso, ¿verdad? O por aquí. Sí, creo que está en el segundo piso. No, por acá no es. Tampoco para acá. Aquí está. Rebecca. Es la que dijo que estaba en conferencia. Aquí está su laptop. Vamos a ver.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Sí, 3 horas. Ok. Coartada confirmada. La letra no coincide con la carta. Eso me basta. Me basta y me sobra, güey. ¿Ya no hay más? Para el face. Así es. No hay más por confirmar aquí. Esta vieja es inocente. Ok, la única coartada que falta son estos dos güeyes. Este y este. Encuentra el informe, pero ¿cuál informe, banda?
She should have gone with a better
Ya no puedo hablar con nadie, ¿verdad? ¿No había alguien aquí sentado? Falta algo. ¿Qué falta? ¿Qué falta? Voy a ir al cuarto de esa señora, güey. Falta algo aquí. Aquí encontré las llaves y aquí encontré los zapatos. Esta vieja es más que sospechosa. Si agarro eso, me voy a levantar sospechas. Aquí hay un hueco. Si voy para abajo, puedo bajar, ¿no? ¿Cómo? El mapa. Tengo que ir al nivel 0. Sala de trofeos. Sala de trofeos. Tengo que ir a la sala de trofeos. Hola, Sloki. Bienvenido.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
No, tengo que ir a la sala de trofeos. Estoy yendo bien, ¿no? Por izquierda. Y izquierda otra vez. Sí, aquí no había venido. Sala de trofeos. Y por la pared. No quiero nada.
No, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got. Tell her you want to see the records. Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks.
Ah, mira. Dice, documentos recopilados, la. Recientes movimientos de activos de la rama multimedia de las empresas Carlis. Muestra el número de movimientos no autorizados. Ok. Ay, güey. Sonríe, Joto. ¿Seriously qué, güey? Ok. Aquí no hay nada, hola. ¡Qué bonitos! Falta investigar algo, tengo que investigar algo aquí. No se quemó nada, no hay cosas en el piso. Dejar inconsciente, güey. Esto es todo lo que había aquí. En sala de trofeos. La cocina ya fui. El comedor. Sala de estar. ¿Esto significa que tengo que ir para acá? A ver. ¿Se me va a tomar foto de esto o cómo va? Oh, sí. Cuadro escaneado. El difunto hermano mayor de la señora Carlisle. ¿Y a qué más le tengo que tomar foto? Allá afuera hay algo. O está aquí adentro. Está afuera, ¿verdad? Está afuera. ¿Qué le tengo que tomar foto? En comedor también tengo que ir. Pero siento que esto va a estar... No, está a este nivel, nivel 0. En el piso tal vez. Ahí están las huellas. Huellas escaneadas. Zapatos suyas encontradas en la habitación de la. No, esas no son. Coinciden con las huellas de la... Ah, sí. Ok. Ok, se van uniendo los puntos. Vamos al comedor. ¿Dónde es? Aquí a la izquierda, todo derecho. Las notas de Edward Carlisle para el ¿qué? Panegírico. Tengo el cerebro atrofiado. La letra no coincide con la letra de... Ok. En teoría... Estos dos quedan de sospechosos. ¿Qué falta investigar? Ah, aquí está. Sí tengo que ir al pinche invernadero.
Yes, hi Cassie. It's gotta go. Sorry, I'll stop calling you. Yes, hi Cassie. It's me again, Edward.
Tenía que tomarle foto. Pinche joven ni siquiera me dice dónde tengo que tomar foto. Tengo que ver el mapa para tomarle fotos. Ah, que está cerrado aquí.
This is a
okay.
table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zachary.
Something is circled, 47. Female, age 65 to 79, 60 to 64 kilograms. I'd say Madame Carla is next in line for a poisoning. You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer. Quite the detective, 47. I'm impressed. I suggest you go tell Mr. Fernsby. Unless you think there are more secrets to uncover.
A menos que creas que hay más secretos. ¿What? ¿Hay más secretos? No mames. ¿Qué es esto? Zona no descubierta, ok. Todo lo de hasta arriba no lo he descubierto. Por ende... Esta ruca es la culpable, güey. ¿La mato de una vez? ¿Dónde está el mayordomo? ¿Dónde está? No lo encuentro. Ahí está, no está. What? ¿Y el mayordomo?
Good old Wampus in a bit of a snag. 16-year-old received 28 intimate pictures of
¡Ey!
from minister.
¿Y el pinche mayordomo?
I know he used to fancy my sister.
¿Estará acá?
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But why safe with Ethel? She never misses a step. Gossiping and work.
Oye, ¿y el mayordomo dónde está? ¿Se desvaneció? ¿Qué pedo? Ahí está. Espérame. No te muevas. Quería escuchar el chismecito de por acá. ¿Dónde era acá, verdad? ¿Ya es todo? No mames. Si hablo con la señora, ¿qué pasará, güey? Antes de hablar con el mayordomo, güey.
Verified his identity. Everything's in order.
Please stay back. I'm ready to present my conclusion.
Very well. Let's talk in my office.
¿Tenía que hablar con ella o con el otro güey? Puta madre. Verga, con el mayordomo o con este güey. Digo, con esta vieja. Ya no sé qué pedo. Voy a poder pasar allá arriba.
Hello, sir.
¿Tengo que sentar? Sí, ¿no? Vamos a sentar después de ella, porque soy...
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
Okay.
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your brother Zachary.
My niece? Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother, Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's mother, Jane, who was the fiancée of your older brother at the time of his death. She witnessed how you and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her unborn child. And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost, marry your heir, Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used the funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house, seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
Informe dinero. ¿Informe de qué? Yo creo que el informe.
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Edwards, the constant. But how do you... Oh, I see. I expected you might show up. But out to kill me, not help me. But I've been wrong on so many things lately, so why not this one?
Oh,
Give me the
ok.
file on Edwards, you've earned it. I don't suppose I could convince you to deal with my daughter-in-law now you're here. I would like to see her dead. No? What a shame.
Esto sí me llama la atención, la quiero matar, güey. Me puedo encargar, sí me puedo encargar, güey.
The file you want is in the safe. God, I hope you get Edwards and make him hurt. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Yo que podía matar a la vieja esa, güey. Ok.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
¿Lo tengo que matar? No mames.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Pues a chingar a su madre. A la verga. Ese sí me puede detectar, ¿qué pedo?
Yeah, keep it real.
¿Por qué? Ah, porque es área restringida. Ok, ya terminé la misión. ¿Tengo un escape nomás o dos? ¿Cuánto la salida? Ya está. Nomás tengo un escape, no hay más. Wow. Pude haber matado a la vieja esa, ¿por qué no me dejó? Sigue ya, ¿verdad? O ya se fue. Es esa vieja, ¿verdad? Uy, la puedo matar desde ahí. Ahí fácil la puedo matar, mira. Es que si la mato, no sé si me voy a contar como muerte innecesaria. Ahí está este pendejo aquí. Bueno, terminamos la misión. Verga, Hitman 3 ha sido una chulada para mí. Buscando, ya encontraron a la muerta. Voy a salir como detective.
How are you? 47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
What? Fácil. Y me hice la misión como detective.